Well, change of plans. When you lose your heat on the main floor of your house before you leave for the Florida Keys, well, you need to consider not going. So we are not leaving Sunday like the last video indicated, or whenever I was indicating we were going to go. We are not going yet. So therefore, it gives me time to work on a few songs here at the house, and I've been tracking today in the studio, and I wanted to get to Brother Rodney's song. He reminded me, and thank you for those very kind words, my Brother Rodney, and thank you for the folks that have interacted. I hadn't seen your names in a long time, and Mojo and Charles and the gang, just thank you all for the very kind words and for participating. Got a chance to speak to Neil James today, and he's excited to have the songs that we recorded. Keep in mind, they're just videos, but man, I'll tell you, that original is an excellent tune. And of course, he did a Merle Haggard song that we're going to be releasing for you to watch. Speaking of Merle Haggard, my brother Rodney Yarborough, he is a musicologist for sure. So he reminded me that song that we had spoke about a while back ago was a song called Half a Man. And while I've been in my work clothes here, working on the heater and the air conditioners, I came in here to do some session work while I was taking a break and thought, you know what, this would be a good time to do this song. But I had told Rodney a while back ago that I hadn't heard this song. This was released in 1983. I'm looking the information up here. And on the Poncho and Lefty album, and it was released earlier, if I'm not mistaken, by Merle Haggard. I had heard the song not as a duo, but as the song that Mr. Haggard had done. So I told Rodney that I would share this with you folks, whoever wants to watch this, how I get re-engaged with a song that I haven't heard in a very long time. Now, this is a country music classic for sure. So not going to listen to the whole thing, but if you get a chance, please go on YouTube and go listen to both versions. We're going to hear, well, I'll tell you what. Let's listen to Merle's version. There is a choice, obviously.
Are you ready for Fan Deals, the great playoff payout? Who's in?
I'll tell you what, for us that, here we go. Wow. Wow. Look at this, man.
If I only had one arm to hold you.
Wow, beautiful is that? My gosh, listen to that voice.
Better yet,
No.
if I had none,
So I'm getting reacquainted right now with the changes.
then I wouldn't have two arms that ain't for you. And I'd have one less memory to recall.
It's in the key of
I
F.
only had one ear to listen to the lies that you told to me.
Wow.
Then I would more closely resemble the half man that you made of me.
From this point, it repeats itself. Oh yeah. Then it should go down a little sax. Okay. First of all, my brother Rodney, man, what a song, right? What a song. I had to find the lyrics, and so I have them here. So haven't sang it. So I told you I wanted to do it from the beginning of how I would try to get reacquainted with a song that I knew. I've actually I've never played it as far as anything that's been a feature of anything that I've done, but obviously these great country songs, I've heard them like you have and I have, and oh my gosh. So the song's in the key of F. So let's keep true to that, and keep in mind one man's effort with one guitar and no saxophone. And of course what he did. Then I would probably go. Pretty. All right, here we go. If I only had one arm to hold you, better yet, here's those passages. None at all. Better yet, none at all. Oops, let's try that one more time. We'll do that one more time. Better yet, none at all. Oh, okay, let me remember what key it is. I apologize. That was really good. All right, take two. Here we go. Ready? If I only had one arm to hold you, better yet, none at all. Then I wouldn't have two arms that ache for you. I'd have one less memory to recall. If I only had one ear to listen to the lies that you told me, then I would more closely resemble half a man you made of me. And if I'd been born with only one eye, then I'd only have one eye to cry. And if half of my heart turned to ashes, maybe half of my heartaches, they would die. And if I only had one leg to stand on, then as much a much truer picture she'd see. For then I would more closely resemble half a man you made of me. Then I would closely resemble half a man you made of me. Yes, half a man you made of me. Man, what a beautiful song. So the first chord that I missed there was an interesting chord. It's just a, it's what I refer to as a 1 plus. Kind of like the Friends in Low Places. Diminished, maybe, augmented. Somebody who knows music, let me know. But that was the chord that I missed. Better yet, no, which typically you can hear it's resolving to the next note up. That it's an ascending, which typically then might go down. So the progression was. Then it interestingly goes to that 4 chord, and I wouldn't have with another ascending bass line. Wouldn't have 2 arms that ache for you. Oh my goodness! You know, when I think of these old songs and how they were put together, it's just so interesting to me, and I wanted to share this with you, how I go over songs, and obviously mistakes and all, that's how you learn them, right? Now, or at least get reacquainted with them. Very rarely do I ever try to do something exactly by the book. And as I'm looking at the song, Half a Man, it was a Willie and Merle song. Of course, Merle sang it, as you just heard. It was on his one of his albums there. But the songwriter, Willie Nelson. So anyway, that's Half a Man, at least a version of it. What a beautiful song. Thank you, my brother Rodney, for asking for that. And man, I'll need to dust that one off. That's such a pretty tune. It's when we live in an age, at least as an entertainer and as a singer, from my live standpoint, I just never get a chance to sing these kind of songs anymore. And the nature of people and the joy that they want to feel during the time that they're spending with you in person, you have to be very careful of the selection of tunes that you're giving them to ingest on. It can have, a song can have sad lyrics, but be driving or rocking or be a classic. And to me, this is a classic, but it's not necessarily, You're Cheating Hard or something like that. It's a great song. But a song can be a classic and have sad lyrics like Simple Man. That's one that for a lot of people, that's the song that I rely upon when we need to slow it down, or I need to slow it down over the course of a 3 or 4 hour evening time of playing live music. Don't get a chance to play a lot of slow songs to begin with. Most of the time, people are wanting to get up and go, but my goodness gracious, that sure, this brings to mind all these great songs. Thank you, Brother Rodney, again, and thank you guys for listening to my attempt right there. Anyway, it's been an interesting few days for sure because of the nature of our heat scenario. So we will be getting down to the Florida Keys at some point, and we've got to wait for this heat to the actual unit and everything has to be delivered this coming week. Monday, I believe it might get here, but as I'm talking to you right now, it's Thursday on the 9th of January, and Nashville is prepping for some pretty major snow tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, because if we get snow and the South don't go together. So wherever you're at, I hope that you're safe. And we always put this in the nobody's dying category, so let's not do something stupid so we threaten anybody and ourselves doing it. So life is full of adjustments, and we're making them. But it's been a beautiful day in the studio, and thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Half a Man, what a great tune. God bless you all. Oh, and don't forget Neil James. I'll tell you what, since we did this Haggard tune, well, I think we might do that cover song after this, but stay tuned for that Neil James stuff. It's coming up.